everybody, it's Lynn, and welcome to the Sunshine and Bubblegum podcast. This is a knitting, crocheting, sewing, and crafty podcast. I want to welcome you all here. We have a ton of new subscribers, so welcome. Thank you for checking me out, and I'm glad you found me and subscribed, and thank you for coming back for episode 8. We are on episode 8, and just double checking, yes, we're on episode 8. And if you're a returning viewer to my podcast, thank you so much. So glad that you're here again and that you're enjoying it, and keep coming back every week to see what I'm up to. And I hope that this is inspiring all of you to do something crafty in your day, and that you're having a great October. Today is Wednesday. It is October 11th. No, 12th. Today's the 12th. And getting ready for my boys' birthday party on Saturday. They are going to be 4. We're having a soccer party here at the house with just a couple of their friends, and nothing big, a few family friends. So we are doing a big trip next month to visit my family, and we went to see their grandparents last weekend. So they've had a little bit of birthday fun already. They got new soccer balls, and they're so excited. They've been playing soccer every day. So that's been a lot of fun. If you're looking to find me on social media, I am Sunshine Bubblegum on Instagram and Ravelry. We also have a Ravelry group, the Sunshine and Bubblegum podcast, and that's where our finished object thread and chatter thread for our KAL is going along, for all of us. The KAL that's going on, it ends at the end of October, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a moment. I am on Etsy and Facebook as Sunshine and Bubblegum. So please come find me, say hello. There's also on the Ravelry group an introduction feed. You're welcome to put a little bit about yourself and say hi. That would be fantastic. And let's get into the KAL. We have this is like the royal we. I have a KAL going on. It is my very first KAL, and it is a gradient KAL. You use a gradient yarn. You can knit or crochet, and it started September 1st, and it's going until October 31st. So there is about maybe 2.5 weeks left. So you're still welcome to join if you can knit something in that time. It can be any pattern. It can be a gradient that's all one color, multiple colors, different skeins. It just has to go in a gradient from one to another. All the details are on the chatter thread on my Ravelry page, so please come and check that out. I showed the prizes last week, and I have one more coming. Littlebean Crochet and I, Kayleen from Littlebean, are both doing KALs this month. She's doing a Halloween KAL. We knit or crochet with a Halloween themed yarn or a Halloween themed pattern. So we're doing a swap. So she is sending me some yarn for my prize giveaway, and I am sending her a project bag for her giveaway. So that's going to be so much fun, and that should be here soon. So I have one more episode before the KAL ends, and I'll be able to show all the prizes again with the yarn, and then we will draw it on the first episode in November. This weekend we got to go up to our family farm in Bunkie, Louisiana, and I took some video up there of projects, whips that I was working on. So I'm going to send you to me in the past. You can see the whips that I brought with me and what I'm working on, and when we come back I will show you my finished object and some stash acquisition and a new cast-on. Alright, see you in a minute. Hey everybody, this is Lynn, and I am up in Bunkie, Louisiana, and this is my husband's family farm. We're visiting for the Columbus Day weekend, and I was just going to show you what I brought with me to work on for some of my new cast-ons and work in progresses. I don't have any finished objects here, but I can show you what I brought, and then I will take a little tour of the outside of the farm quickly. And at the very end of the entire podcast, I'm hoping to put in a lot of pictures and some really cool things of handmade items that were made by Eric's mom or his grandmom, and even some of his great-grandma and aunts. It's really great. There's a lot of history here in this house. There's a picture I'm hoping to pop in of what they lovingly refer to as the old people. the Barbie family that started this farm, and it looked a lot different back then. But there's Eric's great-grandmother is actually in the photo, and it's really special to have such an awesome photo in the family. So I'll pop that in too. It'll probably be at the end with the rest of the photos. So let's get started. I'm out here on the porch. This is my absolute favorite place. It is a screened-in porch here. There's a beautiful swing behind me. I don't think you can see from this angle, but I will show you in just a few minutes. So I brought my Hermione's Everyday socks, and it's in my little project bag that I made, my little sock bag. And I'm really enjoying that a lot. It's so great to be able to just grab and go. The drawstrings are awesome to throw, like hold while I'm, while I'm standing and knitting, waiting for the boys. Okay, so this is getting very low. This is my Weasley Wizard Wheezes on Everyday sock, I think, from Littlebean Crochet. Hi, Kayleen. The socks, I have gotten to the heel flap done on both socks. I'm following the heel in the pattern. This sock, I am just wrapping the extra yarn around because it is a double-stranded cake. So I've started the heel turn on one sock, I have not on the second, and as I go, I just wrap the yarn around to keep it from getting tangled. So I have, okay, I was right here at the very bottom of the purple for the last time I showed this. Now the yarn is a bit more plummy eggplant than it's coming. Right there, that's the color, but I want to show you the texture. So there's the texture here. It's getting a little blown out. We're sitting outside. So I was right here at the end of the purple last time, knitted a few more to get the full, I think it's 18 row repeat in the sock. I did my heel flap, which is a slip stitch garter style heel, which was really fun. And I did my heel turn, and I think there's a lovely hole right there, not too bad, very tiny, where I didn't finish the row properly on the last one, but not bad for a very first heel turn on a real sock, not just a practice sock in worsted. And then this is my gusset decreases. This is the nice side of my gusset decreases, coming out very nicely and nice and clean right here. I have quite a few more rows to go. I think you're supposed to decrease over 17 rows, and I have done about 5. This is the messy side, and I have some craziness going on in there. I think I actually did pretty good at picking up in the corner, the stitches in the corner though. No big hole. Yay! Yay! No big hole. So these are coming along. I worked on these on the car on the way out here. We have nice 2.5 hour ride, maybe 3 hours with stops for lunch and potty breaks. The peach transition is awesome. I'm so excited for this and enjoying the color change, even though the purple was wonderful to knit through and you just wanted to keep going to see the change. Now I'm into the apricot and I'm really excited to keep going because I want to get to that burnt orange. So these are coming along awesome. I think my plan is to finish the gusset decreases to where I'm just working the plain foot, and then I will do the heel and gusset on this one, because it's actually easier to work on the sock when I do like 4 to 8 rows and then go on the other one and do 4 to 8 rows, and then the yarn doesn't get too far ahead of me. The pattern works out nicely, so the rows you do your decrease, you actually are the rows that you do the actual texture on the pattern, and then you do a knit all the, knit 1 row. Then for row 2, like knit 1 is the decrease in your pattern, and then coming back, pattern, decrease, knit, and then row 2 on your gusset decrease is just straight knit, and it works out so it falls into the straight knit part of the pattern too, so it's, you have like a whole knit, and I thought that was nice. So those are my Hermione socks, and again that was a 64 stitch cast on size 1 needles on my Knitter's Pride Nova Platina, I think every single time I say that, I say it wrong, so I'm not going to pretend that I said that right, but they are size 1, they are 64 stitches, and I tried them on because I was doing 1.5 on my last pair of socks, and this is being my second pair. I wanted to adjust it a little bit because they were a little loose, and I don't know if it was just the yarn, and I think my gauge has loosened up a bit too. So I think going down to the size 1 will hopefully give it a little more negative ease and help it fit on my foot a little nicer, give it a little more of a snug fit. So those are my socks. I have also started one of the cardigan Bolero little sweater things for my nieces. I'm going to be making 2. This is the pattern I'm using. It's from Sirdar. I hope I pronounced that correctly. It is pattern 1690. It is a sweet little Bolero jacket. I haven't knit from one of these type of patterns in a while. This is one of the patterns that is from the yarn company. And I bought, for this pattern, I bought the yarn that suggested. It's a Snuggly, oh, upside down, Snuggly DK pearls. When it has a bit of a sparkle stellina to it. It's just white with a sparkle stellina. Let me show that to you. Woo, where's that? You can see the sparkle in there. And it actually has a, so pretty. Actually has a little pink tint to it, and it's really sweet. And this is going to go great with my first niece who's getting baptized. Her dress has some sparkle to it, so that's going to be wonderful. The second yarn I got for the second sweater has actually a little sparkle to it, but it's actually like a satin finish ribbon to it inside. And I think it'll go really nice because her dress is more cotton and eyelets. So 2 different dresses, 2 different yarns. They'll both be white, but I think they're going to look nice. And I think I'm going to do the edging. I read a little bit ahead in the pattern. You knit the edging separate and then you stitch it on. So I think I might actually just look up some crochet edges and do the edging in crochet. It's not going to change anything, just to look a little bit of, you know, but there's still a very nice detail. And I have started, let me show you, this is the back. These are size 6 bamboo needles, 4.25 millimeter. Very small cord. I think it's like a 16, maybe a 24 inch, not even. So there's the pattern so far. It gave me a run for my money here for such a sweet little pattern. It's not hard at all, and it's very beautiful, and it's knitting up very quickly. But I do need to give it a bit of concentration. Not good for knitting in the car or bringing along with me. It's good for knitting at home by myself while the boys are in school. The next step is to do the decreases for the armholes on each side. And this is where I have trouble with the pattern, is it gives you the pattern once and that's it. So I have to do the decreases, 1 decrease every row till I get to the right amount of stitches. And then you just pick up the pattern as you're doing it so far. So I have to put some stitch markers in and maybe make a little chart so I can pick up and write down the new instructions on how each row will start, because of where the eyelets fall in each row changes everything. So I'd say this pattern is probably for an intermediate, someone who has knitted and read patterns before. I've gotten mixed up easily on a couple rows. One was just knit 0 stitches 0 times, because the pattern's for 5 different sizes and they vary from 3 months to 6 years. So there's a lot of brackets on every single line, and one of the rows was about a paragraph long and it had 6 different brackets in it with numbers. So I have highlighted everything, and I think the next step might be to be making myself a little chart, because the pattern is easy, but where you start and finish the pattern so the eyelets come out in the right place, you have to really read the knitting and not necessarily get bogged down in the pattern. So it's better to look at your pattern now that I've gone a couple repeats, and you know where it's supposed to fall, so you have a better idea of when to do your knit togethers and slip stitches and all that. But it is a very sweet pattern, very easy once you figure out what the pattern's trying to tell you. And I think it's going to come out beautiful, and I'm very excited. So, a lot of talking over a very tiny pattern for a little tiny girl. Love you, sweetheart. The last thing I'm working on right now is a new cast-on, and it's actually a crochet project, and it is for my sister's blanket. Hi, Lily! Finally, we are working on Elizabeth's blanket. I think I talked about this like the very first, maybe second episode of my podcast. I'm twisted here in my yarn. Hold on, I don't want to pull the whole thing off. Okay, so this is the color I'm using. Oh, that's showing up nice. It's a very peachy, the color's called Mango. It's very peachy coral color. It is Knitting I Love from Hobby Lobby. Or I'm sorry, not Knitting I Love. I love this yarn. Hi, Barbara. I have you on my mind, apparently. I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. And this is what the pattern will look like once I do a full row. Like one full dark yellow is a full repeat. I did it in the lighter when I was test knitting it just so I could see the contrast a little better and make sure that you know, it's falling where I want it. The original pattern is called the Cascade Stitch. It's on YouTube. I forget the nice lady's name who posted it. It's not a written pattern. It's all on a video. So I will link that down below here, and I will link it in my show notes on Ravelry, the actual link to her video. It's done in the round, so I've had to adapt it so it ends, so I can do, obviously, a 90-degree blanket corner, because this will just be knit back and forth as an afghan. It's going to be 4x6 when it's finished. So that's my swatch, and here's what I have so far. I did a, I put it on YouTube when I was doing it. The cast-on is a chain-free, oh, I forget the name of it, but you don't make a chain. You do your actual first starting row. I did a half double crochet, and you do it without a chain. So you just start one, and you build off of it and go all the way across. I'll link that also below. It's from the Snuggly blog, is where I first learned about it. So I will link that foundation cast-on, chainless foundation stitch. Yes! I will link that in my show notes down below and on Ravelry also. So that was my first row. I think I've done 3 rows. So I did the foundation and the first 2 rows of the pattern. And this is the inside of the little shell, and then there'll be another big fan that comes to be part of the shell, and it is 4 feet long. So I'm working on that. This has been great at night to work on when the boys are starting to go down to bed and we're just kind of settling down for the night. And because I can put it down and pick it up and not worry about dropping a whole row off my needles. So that's what I've been working on there. So those are my 3 yarn projects on the go right now. This is what I brought with me to work on this weekend. It's Columbus Day weekend, if I didn't say that already, and we are out here enjoying a little time before Eric's parents come. We came up last night, and they'll come today and join us for another day or 2, and then we'll head home. I probably will have these little bags up in my shop before you see this, but I do have more fabric that is all cut out and ready to sew together. So if some magical thing happens and they all sell out before anyone else wants one, I will be able to put a few more of this particular fabric up in my Etsy shop. But I am going to put some bags that I've made up in my store. And this is the fox fabric, all ready to go. This is the this bag. I have 2 color versions. This is the fox and the crow on the burgundy with the leaves. It has orange string, an orange and gold bottom, where the little fox is, and a yellow, yellow on the inside. And there's definitely 1 full fox and 1 full crow on every single side. I tried to get, some of them have 2 full foxes. I tried to get as many full foxes as I could on each one. So these are perfect sock size bag, hat size bag, mitten size bag. It fits a good 1 skein project in these bags. They draw string up. There's no interfacing in them, so they're very squishy. And you can fit them in your purse, you can wear them on your arm, you can grab and go. I'm really enjoying them, and I hope that you guys do too, for anybody that might want one. So that's the first version with the orange bottom, and then the second version has a yellow bottom, yellow string. The fox fabric is exactly the same. The burgundy, this one has 2 good foxes on it there, and two crows. They're all gonna differ, but I tried to get as, I tried to get as many foxes and crows as I could when I was cutting it out. This has the orange and the gold on the inside. And yeah, so if anyone's interested, they'll be up on my Etsy page soon. Probably before this goes up, I will post on Instagram when I put that up. And also, I'll have another update hopefully next week with another round. Same foxes, yellow and gold, flip-flopped on the inside outside. So thank you so much if you're interested in them. I appreciate it. And let me show you a little bit about the farm. Here we go. Let me turn the camera. Oh, I don't know if I can turn the camera. Okay, I'm going to have to step outside and I will change the view when I do that. Okay, this is the front of the farm. I'm going to turn you around. This is their field over here. We have some roses growing, and those are all soybeans ready to be harvested. These are our magnolia tree. This tree here is over 50 years old. I hope you can see it, the big one. And then behind it, behind that one are a bunch of pecan trees. This is our little bayou over here. With lots more pecan trees overlooking the neighbor's field, and that goes acres and acres and acres. And this is where the sun sets every night, which is beautiful. This is our little shed here. My husband's uncle's farm is on behind the shed there, and then behind the farmhouse here is our 40 acres. And this is the little farmhouse. And so you can see the big pecan trees up there. So this is one of our absolute favorite spots. I hope you guys enjoy seeing a little bit here of the farm. And I will see you back in New Orleans for the rest of the podcast. Thanks so much, guys. Bye. Hey everybody, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed seeing the farm and seeing what I've been working on this week. I got some new cast-ons for you because last week was a little light on the knitting. But again, stick around for the very end of the podcast, and there'll be some more pictures and lots of needlepoint and some needlework done by Eric's mom, grandmom, great-grandmom, and other things from around the farm. So I hope you enjoyed that. So now I have a finished object for you, and this is for my grandmom. So Grandma, if you're watching, look away because this is a finished project, finished Christmas item for you. And I have finished her infinity scarf. This is done with the Lion Brand Scarfie in the teal and cream colorway. And this is one whole ball. I bought two because I thought it wasn't going to be long enough, but one ended up being just fine. It is crocheted, and it is on a K-hook. It fits beautifully. It's super squishy, very snuggly, very warm, and everything I wanted it to be for her for when she's out walking the dogs. And she loves to walk every day, so being outside and being warm is important up in Massachusetts. I just made up the pattern. It is 2 double crochet in one stitch, and then skip a stitch and 2 double crochet in the next, and that's just the whole pattern, back and forth, turn, and go back the other way. So a very simple pattern, gave it a little bit of an airy feel to it, but still very nice and big and warm and snuggly, and just what I wanted. Easy care, she can throw it in the wash, no worries. So that's one Christmas present done. The second is a new cast on, and these are for my mom. This is for her birthday, which she will get for Thanksgiving when we go and visit. But these are her socks. She knows she's getting socks, but Mom, if you don't want to see them, look away for a minute here. The yarn is from Plymouth Yarns, and it is called Diversity. It is colorway 0001. And it is a polyester acrylic blend. My mom is allergic to wool, so I don't want to give her itchy feet by giving her woolly socks. But it is, let me show you the yarn. It is a blue and white stripe, and I'm still waiting to see exactly how it's all going to come up, but I think the blues are all together, and then there's a big chunk of white, and then the blues happen again. So I've cast on 60 on my magic loop, doing 2x2 rib. These are 1.5 needles, and I went down to 60 stitches because the last time I used the 1.5s, I found my socks a little loose. So I'm hoping by going down to 60, there'll be a little snug fit, and my mom's feet are smaller than mine, so I hope this works out very well. And the plan is to finish them down to the toe and let her try them on, and then I can finish the toes while we're visiting, because we'll have plenty of time. I say that, we'll have plenty of time. The entire family is going to be there. My brother from Oregon's coming. My brother and his wife from Texas have moved back home, so the entire family is going to be there. But we'll find time to put toes in socks. I cast on using the super stretchy slip knot cast on, and I can link that in the show notes below. I found that on YouTube. It gives you lots of stretch. It leaves a nice clean edge, and I'm really enjoying it. And that's, I don't know, maybe one of my crazy eyebrows. So that's what's going on with this so far. I wound off 50 grams of the original ball to start the second sock, so I'm going to just finish this cuff and cast on the second cuff and go with that. I like doing 2 at a time so that everybody gets 2 socks when I'm done, because otherwise everybody would get 1 sock, or they could share their mismatched socks. So those are my additional finished objects and my new cast on, and I have a little stash enhancement. So I got to see Robin again this week. We went and met for coffee. Mary wasn't able to make it, but when they get back from their trip, we're going to hopefully get together again. And I'm really enjoying that. It's so awesome to have not just a fellow podcaster, but a fellow knitter that I feel that I already know, because I've been watching her podcast since the spring. It's great. We get along so well, and we were able to work on I was working on my sock, and Robin was working on her nomadic. She's got beautiful nomadic yarn, Rhinebeck colorway, so she's working on her socks, and we just sat and chatted, and we're scheming about some things we might get up to together after the holidays, so that's really exciting. But I got my cheesecake on a stick. I can't stand it. It is gorgeous. It is Robin's Etsy is called Teeny Button Studio, and she just put up all her new fall colorways. So there is Cemetery Tour, and she's got Falling Leaves and a few other full skeins of yarn up there, and she's also working on another round of her Shire Lord of the Rings Shire minis that she had done before. So those will be up soon too. I think she's doing 10 of each, so go check out her Etsy page. But this is on her feet sock fingering, 75% merino, 25% nylon. It is so soft and squishy. I love the base, and it actually smells wonderful. Almost a little herby. It's really nice. I can't stop squeezing it and smelling it. It's got the beautiful chocolates, like a milk chocolate and caramel, and then if you like raspberry or strawberry or cherry cheesecake, you got all your speckles in there. So this, I believe, I'm going to make a little shawl, like a 1 skein shawl for myself, or if I want to do a bigger one, I might get with her and see if she can do maybe some more chocolate or something. I'll have to check the patterns, but you know, ideas are always going. So I was thinking originally that I'd want to put it with my Lolo Did It raspberry beret, but that's got a lot of black in it, so I don't think they quite go together. But that's okay. I can have 2 separate projects. And I'm so excited because now I have, I think, like six different dyers yarn. I have like a real stash now. It's very exciting. I'm very excited. I'm like a real knitter. I'm a dork. That's what I am. I'm a real dork. But anyway, thank you, Robin. I love this, and it's going to have a special place and a special project to go with it. Let's see. Julia received her prize package from the 100 viewer giveaway that we did, and she was showing it off on her YouTube, the Happy Knitting Podcast, and she loved everything. Hi, Julia. I'm so glad that you liked everything, and it's nice to see my little bag out there getting used, and I'm glad you're enjoying it. And keep knitting all the socks. And Julia and I are doing the same KAL, the Socktober KAL that Amy from the Knotted Knits podcast is doing. Amy reached out to me and invited me to join her KAL. She is a new podcaster, and she's on episode 5. She's doing a KAL for October, and it's knit a pair of socks. So everyone that's knitting a pair of socks, go on over and check out Amy's Ravelry page. I will link all of her information along with everybody else down below in my show notes. And you just have to knit a pair of socks by the end of the month. You can knit more than one pair of socks. And they don't have to have a specific theme, just to be a pair of socks. So whips do count. So she said my Hermione socks can join in. So those are up on the chatter thread already. And thank you, Amy, for inviting me. I've been enjoying watching your podcast. Your sweater for Rhinebeck is gorgeous, and of course, super jealous. And I will be commiserating with Robin when we do Winebeck for all of us that won't be going. But I hope you enjoy yourself, and I can't wait to see all the beautiful things that you find. And it's nice to have another mom. Amy is also a mom, and get to see her kids and a little bit into her day. So that's been really fun. Also, Candy from Pause for Stitches. Hi, Candy. She is doing a Rhinebeck and a Winebeck bingo photo contest. So if you're going to Rhinebeck, go check out her latest episode. She's putting up a bingo card of all the things that you need to do and photograph while you're at Rhinebeck. And for everybody who is complaining that they won't be going to Rhinebeck, she is doing a What I Did While You Were at Rhinebeck contest, also bingo. So there's different photos of things that we worked on, things that we ate. I think she was still finishing up the different squares for that one. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So go check out Candy over at Pause for Stitches, and let's get into some Winebeck games. That'll be fun for the next weekend. And also, when we go up to Boston next month to visit my family, there's a good chance that I will get to meet Kayleen. She lives pretty close to where my family lives, and there are a few yarn stores in between us, so I think we're going to be able to meet and say hello and get to check out a few places, and that would be a lot of fun. And Kayleen and I are also been scheming about maybe doing something together soon, so stay tuned for that. I hope that works out. I'm really excited. And I got lots of podcast love, and I can't wait to meet you ladies and see your next episode, and hope that everybody is doing well. And I think that's pretty much all that I have for today. I know I mentioned some of the bags on my podcast, and I put them up in my shop on Monday, and I have sold out of a couple. I had some birds that are gone, and the foxes are still there. I have a few foxes left. So if you're interested in one of my little fox bags, please go check them out. Thank you so much for everyone who's bought one. I appreciate it so much. And I'm looking forward to making some more. I have some more winter fabric that's already here, and some ideas for some Christmas presents going forward. And that's about it. So thank you guys so much for everyone for tuning in today. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And again, thank you for everyone who took the time to go over to Etsy and purchase one of my bags, or even just went over and liked my bags. It's nice to know that I'm being thought of, and all those little things, and all the hellos and everything, and talking to people on Instagram and comments down below are awesome. So if you liked today, please subscribe. If you'd like to see more, give me a like, a thumbs up. Again, all the show notes will be down below, and also on my Ravelry page. Come check out the KAL, and I hope you enjoy some pictures from the farm that'll be coming up next. I will see you right before Halloween, and have a great weekend. Bye, everybody.